What is up YouTube, and welcome back to the RiftGuides WildRift video. In the tier list you always see that Ornn is pretty high placed, and you're wondering why that is. Ornn is an absolute monster of a champion in the support role, but there's one catch you need to know, and this one catch is only level 1. On level 1, Ornn isn't really a champion and has to just sit back and relax, but starting on level 2 and upwards, it gets really insane. On level 1 he skills his first ability, usually unless he has a cheese opportunity with the third ability, so he'll just sit back, throw out Qs for some poke damage, or just getting some minions from range. Alternatively, you can choose to not skill at all, as you see here, but the most typical thing is first ability into third ability for an all-in scenario. Then on level 5 he has all-in potential to just one-shot somebody. Because the damage of Ornn, especially with the brittle procs, is absolutely absurd. And not only this, there's more to this. So, many of you ask, when do you go for, what is it called, Heartsteel or Warmox? So, this is a rule of thumb. Obviously you can stray from it, it's completely fine. In a competitive environment, I recommend that you always go for Warmox on Ornn as a champion, as a support champion. Okay. In solo queue, especially if you play in environments where people are playing super suboptimally, you can feel absolutely free to just purchase the Heartsteel, because then you will get infinite stacks for free most of the time. However, you have to keep in mind the following. Warmox will enable you to have map-wide pressure because you never have to recall. Warmox will provide you with infinite health thanks to the Warmox passive. You just need to have enough health for it to proc, but that's not too much of an issue. But you see, he is just completely voiding the CC of the Nautilus and turning around dealing so much damage. It is absolutely nuts how much damage this champion does for a support champion, while being so tanky and offering so much utility. You see this little pillar he pulls up? This is an absolute death sentence for anyone who's not paying attention. And the things, like, the list of good things doesn't even end with that. Ornn, once he's level 7, if I'm not mistaken, was level 7, he can provide his teammates crafts. Something I usually never do because, well, I don't like my teammates. Just jokes aside, but he can provide your teammates with crafts which allows them to buy items on the map, 5 at a time. With that in mind, you can pretty much imagine how that can influence the tempo of certain champions that have enough resources. Because if they can just... Nice try, he even gets him, but will he die in the process? He doesn't even take one back, that's really sad, but he doesn't even get an assist on that one, but the Verusi should be fine, you can just walk away. Bone plate in Nautilus? Yeah, that's illegal. You're playing into these laners, you're a melee champion, second win is busted. And yeah, in this game there's so much CC from just the bottom laners. The Room Pass Averance will be super high value. And if you're wondering that he runs Fond of Life, or he's the all-in, come on, do it. Do it. He does it. Oh, Zeri missed it, so sad, she would have secured the kill. There's no way he's in danger, right? Diana is looking for the Zeri kill because they don't think they can kill him in a reasonable amount of time before there's assistance coming, so he doesn't even try. The slow of the first ability is insane. And bro's hex flashing over. And he gets denied again and pushed aside. Oh, Diana used the minion as a proxy dash target to hop onto the Zeri. Oh, that's so sad. Ornn is just dealing some damage back, but it's not relevant damage unless something will happen about now, which it doesn't look like it will. He's just standing close to the Kayn, hoping that the enemy makes a mistake, maybe trying to bait them in so the Kayn can come over. Okay, they fall for the bait, he gets them completely knocked up, and then the Kayn can just scoop up the free kills and free form points. So what did he do here? He baited the enemy, like... As it looks, he was about to commit a massive mistake by running into them. You can pretty much see that in most of your games yourself, it happens all the time. But the enemy did not know that there was somebody behind. But anybody who would know that the Ornn cannot kill them in a reasonable amount of time, or even would lose in a 1v2, knows there must be somebody behind, and therefore would back off. The Ornn would never walk up so far without any backup. So with that in mind, they would never died. What is wrong with me? I'm permanently yawning, excuse me. Like every single time I'm speaking, it's like after 30 seconds I'm like about to yawn. It's cooked, bros. And it's being a little bit tough for the enemy bot lane. They're hitting a pressure sponge with the Ornn. This could be a beautiful lineup if it's not cancelled. Double knock-up into another knock-up onto the Diana. He's completely taking care of the Diana herself. You see the setup, you see the power. It's so dangerous to start an objective or just be around any certain pathways against this champion. Because, oh my god, he is out. Second wind popping off. Damn, and somebody's sawing outside. Great. There's like 5 rays of sunshine outside, a little bit of a breeze, it's not too cold, my window's open, it's like, it's time for some sawing outside. It's classic behavior. Every single time I open my window, like, completely open, typical German style, this stuff happens. I hope you don't hear this. Okay, we see the flank of the flanks, the attack onto the Ashe, you will not escape. Bobs into this, he even uses W expecting the Ashe to instantly ult onto him. But yeah, the Ashe is just about to get run down, like what is she supposed to do? He wanted to really give... Did he want to steal the kill or did he want to give the kill? What is your take in the comment section below? He's hunting him down. He just wanted to apply the slow for the Varus to have an easier time running him down. And the Varus did so magnificently. And the water walking is coming in clutch this game. Bros everywhere. Every single... These mountains, like, they look so beautiful, no? Like, the scenery, just of the spell. Walks in front of the... The AD carry just dipped! No way! He said, nope. I'm out, and Ornn is just trying to run away, but you can't run away from an Ashe. Nah, that is a top 10 anime betrayal. He even goes there with the oh, yes. That is a top 10 anime betrayal. I love it too much. Something I would do. Galio is going for some weird hybrid build when this is the game where you could go full AP and it wouldn't even be bad. Misses the Ornn ult, didn't want to steal the kill onto the Ashe though. At least we can safely assume that he didn't want to hit the Ashe, because if he wanted to he could have. Gets a knock up, that was a Diana hidden in the brushes. He's just pacing back and forth. Galio tries to escape with the ult, but it obviously isn't enough. But he yoinks the kill, money in the bank for Ornn. Is he gonna hunt her down? Because he's tanking. Team? Oh, they didn't realize. The Jace didn't realize, no? Because the Jace could have easily done something. Because the Ornn was tanking. But I guess he didn't realize that the Ornn was tanking, so... He just backed off thinking that if he goes in, he immediately takes third aggro. And here you see the power of Warmogs. Just recharging his entire HP bar. Perfect for the fist fighting in this video game. Yeah, Galio is trying to be really annoying. And there's an Ashe error, nice ultimate, nice W, but the issue is, in this game, if you get CC'd and the CC has a certain duration, your W will not cancel it, it will just buffer it, and then afterwards you will still be stunned for the remainder of the duration. Remainder? I think so. Knocked out by the Nautilus. Yeah, they're completely in over their heads. They don't have the damage. Okay, so you see they have Ornn as their champion. Then you have to think fundamentally, which champion on your team is supposed to kill him? And then the question is, by the time you get him dead, is your team not dead as well? Because if you look at the champions they have a Red Cane, they have a Jace, they have a multi-carry comp with Varus and Zeri. And how are they gonna get past him? They need to really get a flank where the Camille gets into the backline as well as the Diana. Otherwise it's just impossible. Gets CC chained, but it doesn't matter. Like, the engage is really not relevant. They can't get the Ornn killed. They can't do anything. Ornn is blocking this as well. Oh, walks into the tower, gets turret aggro because Ornn wasn't there to start this off. Okay, he tried to take as much as he could, then backed off afterwards. Will heal up without any problem afterwards, thanks to the power of Warmox. He's fist fighting Diana with force of nature. Like, you're not dealing damage to this Ornn. Look how little damage he takes. Only Ashe is dealing some reasonable damage to him. But even that is mitigated brutally thanks to the plated steel caps. Like, he's just invincible at this point. Because this like really plays into one of the problems, like certain champs just cannot function into other champions. It just doesn't work. If you look at all the champions the enemy team has, what they have to achieve is an insane lead, an insane pace to get so far ahead that they win. Because if the enemy team, like the Ornn's team, gets ahead in any way, especially on the Ornn side becoming too tanky, it's just borderline impossible for the enemy team to deal with the Ornn alone, and then all the other people will make it even worse for you. Second game we go into. This time we have Jinx, we have Rengar in the jungle. We have the Exodia of annoyingness. Rengar, Kassadin, and the Garen on the team. Amazing. Against Soraka and Xayah. Okay, this can only go wrong in one way. Jinx is griefing. That is the only way. Because, okay, during the early game, level 1, they can't really do anything. There's no reason for the enemy team to be even afraid in the slightest, because they can't lose. Soraka would trade early game HP for a level 2 spike, which then she uses to heal up the AD carry, or herself, generally speaking, with the first ability, because it heals for 60 if it hits an enemy champion, like herself. Old Soraka would then transfer that healing with second ability to an allied champion as well, but now it's completely free of anything, you just have to spend mana with the second ability, but it heals a lot less. Okay, so since Ornn is a melee champion and Jinx is a ranged champion, she plays into double ranged champions. Xayah and Soraka should not be afraid level 1 at all. They should establish like a super high HP lead to then get the enemy killed. You see, Jinx just griefed the game, but the enemy was not able to capitalize on that one because they were too insecure about something that could not have happened, because there was no threat at all. Just because they exist on level 1 doesn't mean they can do anything to you because they don't have access to spells. But now it's a different story, it's level 2. On level 2 they have access to multiple spells, and especially with Ornn, things get a lot more problematic because he has a lot more damage and a lot more lockdown. The issue, which I can see definitely happening in this very game, is if the enemy AD carry chooses to not auto-attack the Ornn, Thornmail or Bramblevest will become troublesome to utilize. Oh, he's cancelling their recall. He is a real menace. He's trying to do it again, no? Oh, they even accept it. Okay, now we're at a lane advantage. Okay, look at Soraka's resources. Low mana, relatively quote-unquote low HP. Jinx just got to reset off with full HP, full mana, so if they go for an all-in now, they are bound to win and get some. You see? It's text, it's complete, it's like it's written in stone. It's always like this, and the funny thing is, it requires zero skill, it requires zero mechanical skill, nothing. You know you win because of knowledge and what is happening around you. You can define it as a skill if you like to, it is quite literally, but still. That is why many people that watch WildRift believe very insane and good players are quote-unquote bad and they could do the same because they don't do anything flashy, because they don't have to. Like, you see, this flashy play, unfortunately it didn't work out, but was it necessary? Because in most instances, if you know you win, you can just automatically play in a completely different manner. And by abusing existing in-game mechanics, this can be insanely overpowered for yourself. And this Kayn just absolutely ran it down into Narnia City. I don't know what little bro wanted to do, but that definitely wasn't it. Look at Ornn chilling. He has upgraded boots thanks to being Ornito, as well as second wind. No, because the enemy stayed for 15 years, like literally 15 years. They get a free kill pickup from Rengar. And then is when people say like, it's jungle gap. No, it's not, because you chose to stay there for 19 business days until you got solo that Rengar can just walk in there and collect you like candy. So sometimes you have to bite the bullet and recall and maybe lose 1 or 2 minions in order to not just get dove and lose everything, plus give the enemy even more gold, plus platings, plus pain, plus agony, and a one-way ticket into pain and sadness. It's quite funny to see that Kassadin is struggling with Brand. Does he aim? Does he hit? Oh, that's so close, but he burns to death and gets an assist on top. Now he's taking care of this poor little Kayn. Wait, this Kayn plays Ignite Smite with Triumph. Yeah, easy dive by the enemy. Xayah can just start tanking. If she gets too low, she can just get healed up by the Soraka, and if that is not an option anymore, she can simply just press ult and be like, nope, I'm fine. But yeah, this is going to be a death for Xayah. She just doesn't know about it. It wouldn't have surprised me if he tried to turn this and kill her, because given his available summoner spell, he definitely could have. Because this Xayah doesn't do enough damage, and most of Xayah's damage is at this point centered around feathers, and if he is confident in mechanical play, and this is something that he showcased earlier, he could have tried if he wanted to, but then he would have not have flash for the upcoming objective. We're crafting again, bringing it home. Xayah walks into the river with W already activated. Kayn just used Smite, walks too close, gets knocked up, gets immediately just torn apart. Set throws in the Ornn. Good damage onto the backline, but simply not enough. Kassadin just shifted in, even though he should probably not do this given his power at this stage of the game. But this Ornn, he is a machine. You see what I mean with Ornn's damage? That is stupidly overpowered. Oh, look at the angles. He knows them all. He is a geometry dash connoisseur. He is like playing the impossible game on cooldown. He's just too good. Oh, we have little Kayn getting knocked up. Who gets the dragon? 15 HP. Kayn steals the dragon. Uh-oh. And he gets away. Uh-oh. A little bit of flaming is about to unfold. Okay, Kassadin goes for the Omega scaling build by going tier into Row of Ages. Look at the front line, look at the beefer. Oh, the sidestep, he's just taking no damage, but no mana. There is no more mana left for the man. And this is why so many people also default into buying Catalyst. But if you're wondering, why is he in the river right now? Look at his mana bar. He is running Water Walking, or whatever it was called in this game. I forgot the proper name, but it regenerates missing HP and mana if you're out of combat. So he just chills here and recuperates his resources, allowing him to not be forced to pick up an Abyssal Mask or any other Eternity item. Even though you can definitely make an argument against Brand, it's really cool to have because he will help you deal damage to the other people. And the next question is that we just posed earlier, is Bramble Vest really going to make that much of a difference? Because somebody needs to hit you. Okay, so completely drained of mana. Jinx are walking back to the top lane. It's a bounty top lane. Ornn really doesn't want to ult this here. That would be just a waste of a cooldown. Really good of not pulling the trigger here. Kayn was briefly spotted here, and Kayn probably doesn't have enough damage yet, but he will definitely get to that point. Because Red Kayn, if he invests into lethality and just arm up in items, you get into real troublesome situations, especially with the newly buffed Mortal Reminder. Because think about this, yeah? Kayn's Q is a multi-instance damage spell. For example, it would apply multiple stacks of Black Cleaver at the same time. For example, Auto Attack Q is a few instances of damage, I think 3. Oh, he found them. Knockup number 1, knockup number 2, Bomber, but that is very, very optimistic. Because sadly, that is a Jinx he's with and not a meta top tier 80 carry that deals so much damage, so. Jinx takes a little while to just get to the point where she is actually powerful enough to have these autos really shred the people. Warmog's armor popping off really severely here, and Rengar nearly dying to the damage of the Haymaker, luckily sidestepping it into the physical damage part rather than the true damage part, and Soraka here being a nuisance. Is Soraka damage maxing? She's damage maxing. She's most definitely damage maxing. Is she genuinely maxing Q last? Ludens? What? Really? And just bopped into the head. Yeah, playing as Soraka this game is a little bit difficult because Rengar will always have an angle to get on top of you and there's like barely anything that stops him. So you might have to look into some defensive utility items to not get one shot, and if the Rengar is baited into you, you can just put silence onto yourself and yeah, he's just crying. But if you get one shot like she did right now, yeah, that is out of the equation. Oh, just barely got the mana back to escape this little problematic situation. Time to eat some fruit. Eat your fruit, ladies and gentlemen, it's healthy. Combo about to emerge. Big damage coming in. My cat is gurring around. What's up? Come here. She's so adorable. But she's a goblin. Don't trust her. She would eat me. If I was to not wake up, she would eat me alive. Well, doesn't make sense, but you get the idea. I'm mumbling, I'm yapping. Is he trying to outplay again? Definitely normal behavior, definitely intended to not take any damage. You see, he's currently taking Liandry damage while having Force of Nature fully stacked. Yeah, that's definitely... Bro's definitely taking damage. Needs to be mindful of the physical damage department though. Uh-oh. We have a problem. We had a little bit too much fun. I'm guilty of that pleasure too many times myself. Cassidy thought he had the CC spell, wanted to immediately CC. Garen is typically doing Garen things. Me push, me hit tower, me get in. Look, and he's just walking away. Right into the sunset. Exactly what we like. Why did he just walk away? What is bro doing? What? I failed to understand this move, I guess. Very interesting to say the least, if I'm honest here. Is Rengar on the hunt? Yeah, given his movement speed, he definitely is. And he's gonna 1v1 the set here without any problem. Knocking up a big damage. Now Set, what are you gonna do? Gargoyle being popped? No, there's a Kayn here now. That's a bigger problem, because Kayn has the damage to deal with him in a reasonable amount of time. Can he escape this absolute demon of a champion? He is trying to run. The longer he gets to run, the easier it is for him to recuperate HP with Warmox. And now the Kayn didn't deal damage in a long time, so Warmox passive activated, and now we're back. Okay, they really need to stop having so much fun, because this fun could actually bite them really, really badly. Because if you look at the enemy champions, let's say they all stand together, like as a team, like the Ornn's team, and then Brandon late game throws out like an ultimate, it could be really sketchy. Fundamentally speaking, looking at their draft, to lose this game, they need to, like, a lot of things need to go wrong. For example, the Garen or the Ornn need to stand in front of the backline, and the Kassadin as well as the Jinx get immediately one-shot by the Set suplexing somebody. However, nobody can stop Rengar from just walking around the Rift and just assassinating people. As long as he can make sure that he can one-shot the Soraka, or at least the Kayn, the enemy team doesn't really have any footing to return to. Now is the thing that should never happen, like the Kassadin just tried to just go too deep for fun, and this could actually cause them some issues. But luckily the Set is just overreaching, so the Rengar is flashing in, next Zhonya's is popping, and the T-Hex is just trying to zone as much as possible. They're just feeling themselves. He just knocked Brand back. Get out. But yeah, Force of Nature into high magical damage compositions, if they have high magic damage, is a crazy item. Nice sidestep here. Can't reactivate, like can't bounce back the ultimate due to the angle as well as the ground effects on the floor. So here we are. Oh man, I miss old Dawn Shroud. Like the current version of Dawn Shroud is just so bad. He's just tanking it up, but there's just no follow-up. Like, there's no teammate around, so this engage, as good as it might look like, is just not it. Okay, is Garen gonna get the last inhibitor? Because if so, he'll be set up for the best Baron taking endeavor. Oh, it's 1 HP, it's so sad. Because if they get that one, the enemy team realistically can't contest anything because they're too busy defending base. Yeah, it's amazing. Rengar, by the way. Okay. Looking for an angle, you see. Kassadin jumped to Soraka. Kassadin going back in. Kassadin just showcasing why some people believe Kassadin is weak. Respectable. And again, they're trying to brute force and brute force and brute force, when they could have just walked top, blasted the inhibitor, have double inhib down, chill around any objective they choose. And once you pick up Nashor while having so many inhibitors, the enemy can't defend. The Nashor minis are too powerful. There's just nothing you can do. At this point, it's impossible. So they would force them out of their base to do something, and if they don't come out of the base, they will eventually lose. They just don't know it yet if they just don't go there. But you will win anyway. You would need to run into the fountain to suicide, and you would probably still win because Baron minions are still around. Ooh, I think Rengar messed up his combo maybe, so he didn't get the instant one-shot. Okay, on looking for, look at the zoning potential. The Set has to suplex him away out of the fight, so his team isn't, oh, that was a lot of damage. But if the Set is forced to do this, then the fight will probably take a really, really, really bad turn. Because if the set gets into an angle where the Ornn is thrown to the backline, it's an immediate win in most cases. But if it's not, it's bad news bad news bears, bad bears news, whatever news bears. Good one. Damn. And just like that, the game ends. They had some fun during the mid game, most definitely. But this game, I think, definitely showcased the power of Ornn as a champion. Like how much he can do, how much of an influence he can have over fights, over skirmishes, just by zone control, damage, tempo advantage with Warmogs. All of these things, I think, were shown pretty accurately in this gameplay. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, it goes a really, really long way. And if you want to, you can catch me streaming, doing some shenanigans on stream, playing some fun stuff, some experimental stuff, some meta stuff sometimes. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.